All right, Trenches News. How's it going?
Good. What's up, Cam?
Hey, grinding. Man, so, a few people in the drill community know who you are, man. You've been around for a long time. You lived in O Block at one point. You hung around STL on 63rd. So you've kind of been around on both sides of the main the drill community that's most popular in Chicago, man. Okay, let's start off and kind of get to know you a little bit and get to know, where you grew up or what, what I'm saying, how you got to where you grew up and everything like that. So, I think it was O Block you lived in when you were real young.
I lived in O Block 2008, 9, 10, but I've been in there since our block, our project, coming from the projects. When our project got too down, we went to 63rd. Everybody from the project moved to 63rd.
Okay, so the Calumet projects.
No, 39th Newtown, the low end.
Okay. So those projects get torn down, and that's when you moved to O Block?
Yup, that's when our block moved to O Block. Yup. So it's 2002 when we moved in there.
Oh, okay. You moved in O Block in 2002. Okay. And what was O Block like at that time? That was quite a while ago.
Man, it was smooth. It was structured still. So you can't do the things that they doing now. You'll have an airhead. It's called a punky head deluxe. You'll be beat if they did half the stuff that they was doing. The board members and everything, everybody was still out. So it was structured. So it was still in compliance. It was cool though. It was a good neighborhood.
Okay, at what point did you see where things kind of started to change?
2000, for the change, I'm going to say 09, the end of 09, 2010. It really got to changing. And it got to changing because it was two things that took place. O Block was messing with a female of St. Lawrence. And that was part of it. But then the other part was Vaughn hanging with Duck now. That was the second part. Vaughn and Duck used to hang out with each other.
Okay, so you said there was a female that O Block was messing with. What do you mean by messing with? Like somebody from O Block was being with her?
Yeah, it was she was dating a guy on O Block and she was dating a guy on St. Lawrence.
Oh, okay. And when was this? Or you know what year this was about?
This like 2010. This 2010.
2010. Okay. Okay, so this happens, and then is this the start of the beef?
Oh yeah, it's the start. It was the first. It's the first lick, the start of the beef. It was the start of it, man. And ever since, and since then, it's just been a tornado.
Okay, so I believe not too long after that, E-Day and Duck started dissing each other.
Yeah, E-Day and Duck, they was the first ones. They was the first ones dissing. E-Day, Duck, and Billionaire. They was the first ones to diss back and forth.
Okay, and at this point, you're still in O Block, right?
No, I'm on Tookerville side now. I moved to that side now.
Okay, so what was O Block like during that time? Who all was there that we would know?
Money Duke, E-Dog, Keita brothers, Nuwop, and not too many who out right now. I don't know none of them. DQ was probably the youngest that I know.
Okay. I believe Vaughn, you mentioned Vaughn and Duck were hanging out, or they knew each other?
Yeah, Vaughn was hanging over there on St. Lawrence, whilst he was staying in O Block. Whilst I was living in O Block, he was going to school to High Park. So he would be with Killer Ward, and they would chill over there on St. Lawrence, but nobody in O Block knew it. And then when they exposed them, Butta and Lil Wayne, they exposed them for hanging on both sides, and that's how the fight started. That's how the beef started. That's how the fight started, where they jumped on Vaughn at.
Oh, okay. Because, I've heard these rumors about Vaughn and, all that, but I didn't really know too much. And you knew Vaughn from O Block, right?
That's true. I knew Vaughn when he first moved in there. Vaughn the same type of guy that he is now. That he rapped about, he the same guy. Like, whatever he say, he mean it. That's how he was. If he was going to do something to somebody, if he'll respect you not to do it in front of you, but if he catch you on his own, you good as gone. So, he what he rapped about, man, he lived by, bro.
Okay. What was your family life like at this time?
My family life was like, I had my big brother. My big brother was in the streets. But that's about it. Like my little cousin them, like they chase money and work, and so I was like alone with my homies and just floating around, no limit, Gville, Killer Ward, like I was just floating around, man.
Were you in the streets yourself?
Yeah, I was in the streets. I was definitely in the streets. I was a stick up kid. And I needed it. You know what I'm talking about? I needed it, and I was going everywhere hitting licks. That's what I preferred, to hit the lick. But I wasn't robbing no 9 to 5s or none of that. Just all street people.
And how'd you avoid becoming part of a gang?
Nah, I was in the gang, but you know what I'm talking about? I had made my own rules. When you understand literature, when you understand the paperwork, the laws that was put in front of you, a lot of people don't understand it. So when you understand it, you your own man. That's what it's telling you. You governing yourself. So I understood that. So I was always on my own.
Growing up in O Block's a pretty influential place. And STL too, you were hanging with these guys you never wanted to be part of what they had going on?
See that the STL stuff and all that stuff new. That was new then. See, we was already BDs. We was already Black Disciples. So O Block, our transition to O Block, the whole 63rd was BDs. Except Jojo City, except where Tuckerville at, them couple blocks. But even over there, it's more BDs over there than anything. Like, you would be surprised. Everybody think it's just GDs over there. It's more everything else besides GDs.
Okay, so you moved to STL, and is there beef right now between STL and O Block already, or are things still relatively calm?
When I first moved over there in 2010, the end of 2010, 2011, it was like just jumping on people. They walking on this side, jumping on people in crowds, and then it just sparked up, man. It just sparked up. When Tuka got killed, that was the biggest thing, man. That was the biggest thing over there. When him and OD got killed, I say, it was a nonstop.
Okay, you said there was just a lot of fights then at this point.
Yeah, it was just a lot of fights. They was marching over there Jojo City will march over there, Tuckerville and them, they'll march over there, deep, run through O Block, jump on. They got videos. They'll run over there, run in there, jump on people. And then they'll do the same thing. They'll march over there, jump, Vine them will march over there, beat somebody up in the restaurant, and then, run back to O Block. But it wasn't this serious how it is. It wasn't this serious, man.
And you mentioned Vaughn hanging out with them. This would have been before the beef and everything. Why was Vaughn hanging out with Duck?
Vaughn is from Killer Ward. That's where he came from. So Killer Ward was linked with St. Lawrence. They was going to school, High Park with them, and then they was GDs just like St. Lawrence was, Duck them and all them. So they was hanging out. And by Vaughn being with them, when they leave school, they hang on St. Lawrence because Vaughn with them. But the whole time they not knowing that Vaughn, they know the Killer Ward know Vaughn stay in O Block, but Duck them didn't. They ain't know that Vaughn was going to O Block after that.
Okay, and then this is when they jumped Vaughn, and then that's when Vaughn quit hanging out there and they quit messing with him then.
Oh yeah, it was over with. It was over with. Once they jumped on him, it was over with. He felt like Duck betrayed him, and it was just on, man, from there.
Now that you're on STL or 63rd, and the beef is heating up, how are you feeling about everything? Because you kind of know everybody.
Man, it was crazy, bro. Cause a lot of the people who won is my homies and them sons. They fathers and mothers from the project building, so we all know each other. So it's just hurtful, bro. It's real hurtful, man. We all know each other. All our parents know each other. Aunties, uncles on both sides, cause we all from the low end. Most of Parkway, like E-Dog, Trey 5, it's a lot of them. Duke Money them, Money Duke them, all they from the low end. Everybody came from the low end.
Why did you move out of O Block?
I moved out of O Block. We had got into it with O Block. A guy named Reese, he got killed. He had got killed, and they felt like we did it. We did it and all that. They called homicide on us and everything, man. They was, you know, it wasn't fair. So I had to move out of there. Like I wasn't just going against them, and I ain't had nothing to do with it. And I come to find out, the person who killed this, it was his homie who killed him. It was a person from Old Block killed the other person from Parkway, Old Block, which is Old Block. They call it now. So the whole time we got into it for no reason, cause he killed this homie.
So you have to move from O Block because they think you did something to him.
Yeah.
And now you're on 63rd. And how soon do you start meeting everybody? Duck, and did you already know Duck from before?
I already knew them. See, that's what's crazy about it. I already knew them. Like I've been on 63rd since 2002. So I already knew everybody who was over there. And then, like I said, most of us come from the projects, the low end. 35th and State, 45th, 39th, 43rd, like all of us over there. So it was easy, man. It was an easy transition, man. Like Boss Trail and them my family. That's family members. You know what I'm saying? Like all us come from low end. Duck Mama, like we all come from the low end.
Okay, so you knew Duck before he moved to STL.
Yeah, I knew Duck and Brick before they moved to St. Lawrence.
Gotcha. Oh, what about Tay? I think Tay said he knew Duck before then too. Back then.
Which Tay?
Tay Capone.
Tay Capone. Yeah. He knew Duck. Duck and them used to stay on 600. Brick and them used to stay over there on his block.
Okay.
Before it was 600, they stayed over there.
I seen that you used to bring O Block members on 63rd to hang out.
Yup. When I came over there, I loved them so much over there because I was over there with them. And I see them in tour with each other. So I got Lil B. I figured out who was the one who everybody was scared of it. Everybody feared. And I went up to Lil B. It was like, Lil B, man, look, I miss E-Dog. I want to bring him over here, man. This is my friend. You know, let's try to stop this. I'm trying to stop it. So he was like, yeah, I'm with it. And if anybody, and once he told me that if anybody play with E-Dog when he over there, he gonna get on that. So once he told me that, we went over there and got E-Dog and brought him to Rhodes, 63rd and Rhodes. And we was outside smoking, and everybody who seen him. And it's during the war. Everybody seen him out there. Nobody didn't play with him.
Who all went? E-Dog went by himself, or was he with somebody?
By himself. We went to go and get him by himself. He trusted. He trusted that I'd bring him over there and I'd take him back. He trusted me. And I brought him back. He's still alive right now. Okay, and you bring him over there, and Little B is the main one that says that it's cool. Now, and what's it like when he gets there? It's me and a couple more of my homies like Boss Creed, a couple more of us. We chilling, just smoking, and I'm initiating the conversation of, man, we ain't even got a beef. If y'all come together, like both of these blocks, we all know each other. If y'all come together, it'll be strong. But you know, you got certain people like in the corner like, nah, bro, we ain't letting them over here. And then they let off shots. You know, and then it's back to square one. Okay, so you did try to squash the beef. Yeah, I tried to squash it. I tried to squash it. E-Dog stayed over there with us. We even rode around this whole city all day. We rode all the way to the nighttime. We dropped E-Dog off. We got him in the morning, and we picked him up in the morning, and we dropped him off at nighttime, like at 10, 11 o'clock at night, man, to Old Block. That didn't have no effect on nothing, or? Man, all I got back from it was, you a real dude. When I was going through Stateville and Central IDOC, like them dudes who knew about it, who was from Parkway, O Block, they was like, bro, you a real dude, bro. You got E-Dog back over here, bro. Like they couldn't believe it. Nobody couldn't believe it that he was over there on that block. Nobody. Damn. Okay. We talked about the day when you brought E-Dog to STL, man. What all did they do that whole day? You said he was there all day. Were they hanging out playing dice? We was on the porch. Smoking. Yeah, they were shooting dice. Then went in the crib, played cards, smoked some more, came back out on the porch, walked up and down roads, talking, walked to Everhard, you know, and then after we walked around and we was talking to him and we was trying to, you know, even some of the people who was there with us, like they was trying to, they really wanted to stop, bro. Like everybody ain't want this war, bro. Everybody ain't want it. They was like, bro, if we can go over there, cause Parkway got all the females. You know what I'm talking about? They got all the females and all over there. So it be a party over there all night. Like it's bad now. I wouldn't go over there. I wouldn't recommend nobody. But when I was in Parkway, bro, it was a movie every night, like a party with no shooting. With no shooting, you can hang out there all night. So with Edall, when he came over there, like nobody, like the Dutchies and the people who you expect to say something, who know him, who looking for him, nah, ain't nobody said nothing.
You know, when everybody started rapping, you know, what was that kind of like?
Man, actually, yeah, I was around. I was a big piece of their rap on St. Lawrence because I had the connection. I had the connection to the radio station from me robbing a person. So I had that connection, and Duck was rapping. And when I heard FBG Young them, they had a little mixtape out. It's called The Movement. And when I heard it, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm finna get y'all on the radio. And they ain't believe me. They like, man, who's this nigga just walking up to us talking about, you know, but Duck them knew me. So I had called Brick and Boss Creed, like, hey, cut on the radio, bro. Tell him cut on the radio. It's on. They finna be on Power 92. And then 107.5, and I just B96. You know, I got their music played. And I was promoting them, took them to Interscope to talk to Interscope, the A&Rs, Barb, who signed them. I got them to her first, you know, who played Duck and don't want to release his music. Like, I stayed up all night, me and FBG Young Daddy. We stayed up all night pushing them boys because we believed that they was just as good as the other side.
Okay, so you get them on the radio, things start moving a little bit, you know, and you mentioned Little B. You know, what was Little B like, you know, and how'd you meet Little B?
Man, Lil Rasan, I knew Lil Rasan for a long time. Like, my family know his family from the Calumet building and from the low end. So I knew him. So when soon we had linked, we caught eyes. We was both BDs, so you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't too many, like, it was like 12 or 13 of us over there that was BDs, but you know, we all, like, was a little tight-knit. Like, we all respected each other. We all showed each other love. 16 when we see each other. And Lil B just start hanging. Just like, I see him and be like, what's up? What's up, bro? What you doing? And we just locked in from there.
Okay. And do you have any stories about Little B you can share?
Oh, man, I got a lot of stories about Lil B. The most epic story, man, about Lil B, man. Hey, it was some crazy shit went on. Lil B was in jail. He was locked up. And the members, the STL, EBT members, you know, they was talking to his girl, playing with his girlfriend, you know. And Lil B, he was loyal to his girl. Like, he ain't had no 15 females. He had one girl. Like, that's how he was. He had one girl and that he was going home to. So, we all outside. Lil B just walk up out of nowhere. He walk up out of nowhere and asks, he asked FBG Young brother, like, hey man, I hear you talk to my girl. So everybody looking up now. People shooting dice, they looking up because they know this little motherfucker, he wild. Man, I'm talking about, he say, no man, you better go and holler at Cole. So he sent him off to another person. Man, Lil B walked right around the corner. Hey Cole, hey man, you been hollering at my girl. Cole looked up, man, you better get your goof ass on talking about a girl. That motherfucker, popped in front of everybody. Everybody scattered like roaches, man. I'm talking about everybody scattered. He walked past 2 detective cars, bro, like it wasn't nothing. Like a smooth criminal, bro. They flew to the crime scene, he walked right off, bro. I'm like, this little dude, bro, he wild. Try to cuff him after that in my crib, but Lil B know what he was into, man, and he always said, man, one of his favorite lines was that the ops not gonna kill me, man, the cops are. Because they scared of me, the ops. That's what he always used to say. So, the cops end up killing him, too.
Were you around when the cops killed him?
Yeah, I was around. We flew over there. We flew right over there. Soon as they say he was dead, we flew over there. Sent it up with the police. I went to jail after that, though, but yeah, I was over there. I was out for that when he got killed. The whole 63rd went crazy. I ain't never see them stick together like that. That was one thing that made me proud of 63rd. When they stuck together, even though it was like going against the police, they stuck together like, you know, they came together for that.
Was there like a mini riot that happened right
Yeah, it
then
was
and
a
there when it
riot.
happened?
They was marching for Lil B. They was doing it all, man. I was surprised. I was surprised, man, that they even put up an effort for Lil B. Like that made me proud, man.
Damn. Okay. I seen at one point you got shot.
Yeah. I got shot 2 times. I got shot 2 different times. The first time I got shot right down the street from where Ide got killed at. And this 2004. I was in college and everything, man. Just got my associates. I'm going to Italian Fiesta, got my son in the house. Left my son in the house by himself because I'm just running right here to get the pizza and run back. I'm running. I go in this store to get some juice, and I'm standing in line with all my money in my hand. I just got my check. That when your number on the board in college, from the business administration office, the check, I got $3,800. So I got money in my hand. Man, the shorty came out of nowhere. In the back of my head. Wow. I threw every chip in the store. Threw every chip, every rack in the store. And I end up running behind him like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm running behind the nigga who shot me. The little boy who shot me. I run in front of 71st and Euclid. I passed out. Woke up. Woke up. My cousin was right there, passed out again. On some real shit. That was the first time. The second time, I got shot 2015. I got hit on 71st going to get some pills. I was ambushed coming out the pill spot, man. So when I locked the gate, the dude locked the door. I'm walking out the gate, and I closed that gate. They emerged. The shooters emerged, man, chasing me. I had to hop inside a Rent-A-Center truck. I got a dude hit up. A dude got hit up with me. An innocent bystander, bro. I hopped in his truck. He was moving some furniture. I hopped in his truck, bro. That was my only getaway, and that's how I survived. I got shot in my head. I got shot in my head, my arms, legs, all that shit. Near spawn though, under my nuts.
Damn. So you were shot on 2 different occasions, and both times you were hit in the head?
Yeah, I was shot in the back of my head the first time, 32 caliber pistol. Yeah, and then I was shot right here in my front of my head, 2015.
God damn, bro. Do you have any side effects from being
Hell
shot?
yeah. I be having head problems. I get angry easy. I don't like frivolous things, bro. I get pissed off. Like that's all from the head trauma though. And then from all them dying out there, seeing all them down laying on the ground from both sides, that shit hurt too.
What was the recovery like after you were shot?
Oh man, it was a funny story, man. I was in a wheelchair. And you know how they say, like, treat people how you want to be treated? Man, I wasn't treating this girl how she's supposed to be treated. You know what I'm talking about? I was in the streets doing shit and all type of shit. So when I got in this wheelchair, she paid me back. She was pinching me, taking my money that my mom and them give me the cash apps and shit. Like she was treating me, pushing me down the street into traffic. I'm telling her, hey, let me see my money. And then she'd be like, you think I'm stealing? Like all type of crazy shit. So what I did was I had one of my cousins come over there, my little cousin, and I had him put a sheet up there and nail it up there. And I had the sheet and I tied it around my legs and I had it where I could do this with my legs. I was working out because like I was in boot camp. And on there, that's how I got my legs back and shit. I got it back slowly, bro.
Damn. Okay. You know how long the recovery was?
Hell yeah, it was a minute. It was all the way into shit to 16 of like August. I was like to 16 of August, like to the end of August. I was still hurt, but I was up though. I was able to walk with limping and shit like that.
At this point, are you cool with either side, O Block or STL?
I always had love for Trey 5, E-Dog, and OD, T-Roy. They was in my house. Like, every day we hung together. Like, every day, like, I wasn't just one of them older dudes around them, Platoon and all them. I wasn't just one of them older dudes around him who go over there to St. Lawrence and shoot. No. Hey, look, I got 3 computers and 3 laptops in my house, and my table, 6358 South King Drive, O Block. And I had them reading their literature, learning their literature. And all the ones who learned it and studied it, I could see how they moving now. I could see E-Dog. He moved great. A lot of people, they moved great. Cause they know what's on the paperwork, man. You gotta know your literature, bro, to say you a gang member, bro. If you don't know that, bro, you lost. You just out here doing anything, bro. Cause if you knew, then you would protect the kids, the women, all that. You know, that's mandatory. You wouldn't be on the internet talking about what you did or chasing your ops, cause that's silence and secrecy. You know, like shit like that.
And what about the STL side? Are you cool with anybody from over there now?
Oh yeah, I still got love for them. But you know, I never go back over there hang out. Like you can't pay me. Like I go over there for footage and all that stuff like that, but you can't pay me to go over there and stand around no more. You can't. Watching people go from work, come from work. You seen a person who was on a bus get into a Range Rover and move out. I'll see y'all later. I got a house now. You know, I don't want that no more. I'm chasing this paper.
Okay, and at one point you start hanging out with Duck more, or Duck quite a bit?
Yeah, Duck. I was hanging with like my age group. Like I was hanging with Boss Crizzy and Brick, Marley. It was a couple of us. Wee before he got locked up. Wee was with us. People like that, and you know, Duck them was in the house. Duck them was around us, but Duck them had their own little crowd. Like everybody, like I was around OD them and all them, Trey, T-Roy and them, but they had their own little crowd. It was just that by me being on the block, I'm interacting with them all day. But at the end of the day, they hanging with their friends, you know. But they might come around me and post up, cause we smoking or something like that. But yeah, I love all of them, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, I love all of them. I wish like none of this shit would have never took off like that and happened. Cause they'll have a lot of money, bro. Imagine King Von and Duck on the same track.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. That would have been nuts, man. I seen somewhere at one point you lived with Duck?
Yeah. Me, Duck. We live with G Daysky now. Shout out to G Daysky too, man. He the one who take care of Duck kids, man. I always got Duck kids, and since Duck been dead, bro, he the only one. So shout out to him. And we live with G Daysky. And me, Duck, we stayed there all the time. Like, if we ain't had nowhere else to go, none of that. We was always welcome in G Daysky them crib, Boss Crizzy them. Shout out Mama Boosie too.
You have any stories hanging out with Duck?
Oh, man, I got plenty of stories with Duck, man. I was right there when Duck first got shot. Shorty shot like 50, 60 times, man, and only shot Duck in the ankle. Tore up the whole car. I'm walking down the street. We in Motown, because that's where we stayed at, in Motown. Where the Folly Boys, we stayed up where the Follies and the JBs at. So they was with O-Block. You know what I'm talking about? They was with O-Block 600, D Rose. I got a story about that too. He was sitting outside. But yeah, I'm walking down the street from coming to get some blunts. And I'm watching Duck car, and I see somebody pop out the side and just tear Duck car off. Just shoot it off. And when they was done and they ran off, man, Duck got out of there and was only shot in the ankle. I'm like, God damn, I'm glad you tall, my boy. On there, I was glad Duck. The female who was with Duck, she was so shook, she just left. She ain't want her card, none of that. She ain't want none of that shit. She just told Homicide she want to go back to Alabama. She was so motherfucking shook.
Damn, he only got shot in the ankle. That's crazy, man.
Yup.
Well, you mentioned the D Rose thing. I know we've talked about this before, but, you know, a lot of people probably don't know. Can you kind of take everybody through what happened?
Oh, man, like everybody, they like once they noticed that Duck was staying over there, cause GG Trello, I don't know if you know who that is, but GG Trello, he was a rapper, and he stayed right across the street from us. So everybody got the noticing, cause Duck got like, I ain't trying to box right now. He got hits out, so everybody know who Duck is. So now the moles starting to trying to hang around the crib. They starting to trying to hang around the crib, see if they can catch Duck and all that. And then once they seen 50 Strong come over there, they must have called D Rose for the job. Like, fuck that, they got our ops over here. I come out, I'm walking, serving somebody, and I'm like, damn, who was that in the car with a wig on? So I walk up, and it looked like D Rose, but I'm like, nah, that ain't him. Man, I double back, that was him, bro. I'm like, bro, what you doing, man? He like, man, what's up, man? I'm like, man, on LA, bro, your ass bogus. You hear me? You over here doing frivolous activities, man. He like, man, Joe, y'all got Duck over here, man. He can't be over here. You know, that's when I started telling Duck, like, man, you can't be, you know, you gotta, when you come over here, just come by yourself and tell us when you call so we can let you in. You know, it got to getting hectic now. Everybody trying to ambush them and shit. Like, it was getting crazy.
And so you said he had a wig on.
Yeah, he had on the motherfucking wig on everything. He was waiting outside, and the way he was facing, like, you had to cross the street, but he was on the corner, man, stood out like a sore thumb, man. He was sitting right on the corner facing our house, man. But he was away from the house. As if he seen somebody, he could just pull up or something, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm glad I caught him, though. I'm glad I caught him, bro. Because, you know, I went to school over there with the Moes. And then my cousin, them from Elizabeth and places like that. So I grew up with them, too. The Stones. So I know everything over there. So they going to come and tell me, like, BD, hey, man, somebody said they seen Duck, bro. Be cool. And tell Duck, man, be low. You know, because the Moes don't get into it. Different blocks of the Stones, they into it. So the Stones that ain't riding with them, they gonna tell me, they gonna put me up for Duck. But they love Duck over there. The Moes, they love Duck, bro. Most of the Moes, they listen to his music and everything, man.
And so D Rose, you talked him out of everything. And
yeah,
he left?
I talked him down, man. I talked him down. That's out of being around LA, and he right there. That's out of that. That's out of LA telling him, man, this my big homie. You know? So, yeah.
You said LA Capone?
Yeah, LA Capone, whole family. I knew LA Capone for any one of them, man. I knew him since he was a baby, from birth. I knew his daddy, his mama, his uncle, grandma, all that. They from my bid. We from the same projects. Me and his mama, we from the Mama Capone, we from the same projects, Newtown, 39th. Yeah. I knew he could rap way back. He used to be under the building with me and his uncle Bleak, and he hitting it. And I'm like, yeah, he gonna be a star. And I ain't think he was gonna get into that type of music, but cause he wasn't rapping about none of that. He wasn't rapping about killing and all that stuff. He was just rapping about shining and girls and stuff like that. But as it twisted, like, and he died, I'm like, damn, bro, he had potential.
Okay, and so you knew LA Capone. So how many guys from 600 did you also know?
From 600, I knew them because of LA, but E-Day, I know E-Day before that. E-Day grew up 63rd. E-Day used to be, and who else from 600 over there? I know Take Capone people, his family. I know Memo Daddy, because I used to buy all the clothes from Memo Daddy, so I love Memo Daddy. I don't care what y'all talking about. Leave Memo alone. Shit, his dad used to dress me. $20 for a whole outfit, head to toe. Air Force Ones, they light up and all type of shit. His daddy had it all, man. So, yeah.
Okay. God, you were just right in the middle of everything, man. You knew everybody, man.
Yeah, I was in the middle, bro. I always moved around, bro. Like, when I was in O Block, my sister stayed in No Limit. And when I got out, when I came home from jail, went to No Limit with my sister, and I stayed over there. All of them was babies. The Lil West, the Kairos, all of them. Only one was out there with me, Big Easky, Reactor Don, and G Wet. They daddies was like raised me. Big Wet and all them.
Damn. Okay. And now, you know, I think one story that you've touched on before, maybe on your channel, was K.I. You know, you knew K.I.
I knew K.I., man. I knew her. I was around her 24/7, man. Every day I seen her.
Do you remember how you guys met?
I met K.I. through G Daysky them house. That's how I met all of them. I met all of them from Tuckerville, Jojo Rural, all at the BDK parties. I met them all in the G Daysky them crib, cause that's where everybody went to.
Okay, and what was K.I. like?
Man, K.I. was a cool girl, man. She was like, I knew her when she was a female, and you know, she transitioned once her friends started dying. She like just transitioned over to like she want to be something that she wasn't, and the guys sparked it. They put the flame to her.
Now, you said that she changed when people started dying, man. Like, is there anybody in particular that kind of set it off?
Oh, Taekwon. That was her friend. That was her best friend. They was together like this. You seen K.I., you seen Taekwon, you seen Lil P, you seen Can't Get Right, you seen Modell, you seen all them. And they was doing something frivolous on everything. They was doing something, stealing their auntie cars, or they was just kids, man. Like Modell running around with a BB gun, a pellet gun and shit like that. They was just kids, man.
So K.I. was always kind of hanging out with the boys?
Yeah, she was always hanging out with the boys. She was always hanging out with them.
She was never doing like female type things, and did she have a lot of female friends?
Yeah, she had female friends, but it was like they was the guys. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you from a hood, bro, like you look at everybody like the guys, like females, all that. That's one of the guys, or y'all grew up together.
Okay, and do you have any stories with K.I. that you can share?
Oh, man, I got a lot of stories with K.I., man. I got a lot of stories with her, too. First of all, I just want to clear this up, man, about the Blood Money thing, man. K.I. ain't killed Blood Money, man. We all seen it on the news that Blood Money got killed, man, together, man. We was all in the house together. So, for the internet, man, hey, lay low off her name with that. K.I., the story, the craziest thing and the funniest thing to me, man, I'm gonna tell this story because she a good girl, man. She ain't no killer or what they portray her to be or none of that. She just took on something that a person, oh yeah, they did it, and then that just proved it. They putting stuff on her. But billionaire had got into it with Young Money on the block, man. And they had the Young Money guys. There's a guy over there. He got some hands like 2 of these hands. And he smacked the dog shit out of it. Wow. And ain't nobody help him. So when K.I. found out about it, hey, K.I. went on Vernon where Young Money was, and hey, look, y'all got 30 seconds to get off our block. Do. And they just got to scattering. And I'm like, damn. That's when I knew she had it in her. Like, oh yeah, somebody gotta talk to her, bro, cause she getting too wild. Like that's when I seen it. Like she riding around talking about she looking for people and shit like that. After that, like she was really on it. Like she really felt like she was Hercules after that.
Was it crazy to see a girl going that hard?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. That was crazy. Cause I'm thinking like, oh man, she ain't finna do nothing to Young Money. She ain't finna do nothing to them. You hear me? Like, yeah, she chased them off. She made them move around.
Damn. I believe you were there or around when she was killed?
Yeah, I was there. I was there. I just had it was Boss Trail Day. So we was finna go we was all finna go to the studio. And I was in the car and it was like a dope fiend driving. He was driving the car. So I'm in there. When we ride past, I see people in all black bent over, like stooping over, looking around. But they on 65th part, across from 65th. Now we riding past, I see Butta on the phone, sitting on one porch, and K.I. and them and Cray Cray, they was in the gangway. They was in the gangway shooting dice. But K.I. her back was to the wall, the brick wall. And Cray Cray was towards us, driving. So I tell the hype to stop so I could holler out the window, tell them, man, hey, look, somebody back there. Man, the hype kept going. He stepped on the gas, man, nodded out, stepped on the gas and went over the hump. They emerged out the cut. I see Butta running. Butta hop over the fence, running. Leg blew off. So when he got to 630, I'm like, keep driving. When I felt like I could get out to run and back to Butta and get him, that's what I did. As I'm running, the car coming back around, I tell him to spin back around, and I grab Butta. Butta whole kneecap was blew off, bro. I'm talking about his whole leg was blew off. I ain't never seen no shit like that. It looked like some Army. Looked like some Call of Duty type shit.
And did you hear the gunshots and everything going on?
Oh yeah, they sound like something special. They was boom, boom, like it had like a Star Wars before it said pow. Like it was crazy, bro. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy as hell, man, that day. And then the police tried to lock up Duck. They told Duck he responsible for it. They just left K.I. on the ground. They ain't try to help her, minister no aid. They ain't try to do none of that. Me and Joe Jackson, me and Manny, FBG, Young and them daddy, we about to go to jail because we like, nah, let him go. So I went over there by K.I. Smoke was coming out her neck, man. It was all sad, bro. I'm standing over telling her to be all right, kneeling down over there. Telling her to be all right, man. And she went in the ambulance. She was still alive because she was still breathing right there when I was right there. She wasn't DOA. She was still like fighting. But when she got in the ambulance, she was gone, man. It was sad, bro. It was sad.
Damn.
That was a sad ass day, bro. That was a sad day. That was messed up, bro. Cause we was all supposed to KI and them, all us. We all had on Rest in Peace Trail shirts. We was all supposed to go to the studio. All of them was supposed to go with us.
And you said the police tried to blame Duck
Yeah,
when he showed up?
Police is dirty around now. They grabbed Duck, handcuffed Duck while she on the ground. Messed up, bro. I'm talking about stretched. And they ain't trying to do nothing. She wouldn't be on the ground right now if it wasn't for you, Duck. They was arguing with Duck for about 10 minutes, man, before the ambulance came, bro. When I put Butta in the car, Butta didn't even want to go to the hospital. I'm arguing with this man about going to the hospital. I got a warrant. I'm like, is it a murder warrant, nigga? Go to the hospital. If you got a crackhead warrant, go to the hospital, bro. He like, nah, I don't want to go, man. I want to see my mama. So go ahead, mama's boy. You know, he probably down there died. He could have died from that leg shot, man, because his whole leg was blew off. And Butta was running like, you seen, what's that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger when the little metal man, the metal man keep running, he just pop up. And man, that's how Butta was running through them cars, man. That motherfucker Butta deserved to be here, man. I'm telling you, he ran for his life. They was behind him, and he ran. They was behind his ass, bro.
Oh, they was behind him,
man,
still trying to get
Butta,
him.
Man. I'm running with my cell phone like this towards the shooters, trying to get them. Ain't nothing coming out this motherfucker, but it's just a hope. You know, it's all in my mind. Maybe if they see a motherfucker like, hey, you know, they kept chasing, and then they just finally, a car came, picked them up, they was gone.
And so from there you take Butta to his mom's house.
No, the dope fiend took him. I stayed there on the scene with KI and them. The dope fiend took him to his mama's house. I was arguing with Butta as I'm putting him in the car. Telling him, man, you gotta go to the hospital, bro. Your leg is blew off. Butta like, nah, I got a warrant. That was crazy as hell, man. That day was crazy, bro. But Butta, he deserved to be here, man. I don't care about nothing that he going through with Lil J and them, man. He deserved to be here. If you was out there and you seen that shit on camera, you would have been like, oh yeah, he deserved to be here, bro. That man was running through cars that was like this, close to each other. That the bumper was the bumper. How the hell did you get through that? I still want to know how Butta got through that bumper, man. All the cars he ran through, the bumper was like this to each other. A car was on the car like this, man. He slid through like a credit card.
Damn. Okay. And what was the effects after K.I. was killed?
After K.I. was killed, man, it was like everybody who wasn't on nothing, they had something to prove. They had something to prove, man. Everybody who wasn't on nothing. Like everybody who was good kids, like they just start jumping off the porch. Like TB them. TB a good kid, smart. Smart, I know his daddy. Man. He's smart, bro. TB could have been a scholar student, good at karate, good at fighting, like stuff like that, bro. He lost his friends, and you know, K.I. looking up to K.I. and them, and K.I. like, Taekwon real do this, Taekwon real do that. So, you know, she geeking them up. She one of the people supposed to be out here, so she fooled them, and now they off the porch now.
Damn. Okay. You mentioned Little J. Now, how did you meet Little J and everything back then? I
know Lil J whole family. Lil J family from our project too. So I know Lil J whole family. All his family on his mama side, I know them. Well, that's his daddy side. That'll be his daddy side.
So you knew him before he moved to STL, or?
Oh yeah, I knew Lil J before that. I'm talking about I knew Lil J from the low end. Lil J was a football player. Love girls, but he'll fight, but he was a football player, stuff like that. Lil J was a star football player, could have been a star. Yeah, I knew Lil J way before the rapping and all that.
Okay, and Little J starts rapping, he starts blowing up.
Lil J, he started rapping, blew up. He blew up because they told him he wasn't gonna be nothing. You garbage. And Lil J took off, he blew up. They told him, you ain't gonna never make it past Duck and Young, them, man, Big and them, you garbage. And Lil J came out and he took off more than them. He touched more paper than anybody on FBG. Anybody, through music.
Okay, and now, Butta and Little J get caught. And what were you thinking like when all that happened?
I was mad as hell, first of all, because that was my birthday. That was on my birthday. And when they did that dumb shit, when they got locked up. But they ain't even have to go and do that though. They ain't had no business even doubling back on dude for that little amount of weed that he missed out the bag. Cause that's what it was about. It was about dude shorted them. Dude told them it was 1.5 ounces and it was 1 ounce and a fucking 7 or something. And they went back out there and end up doing all that time for nothing, man.
Damn. Okay. What do you think about all Little J's accusations and everybody saying all those things about him?
Man, how I feel about the accusations with Lil J, man, like, I ain't talking about Cook County Jail. Like, Cook County Jail, unless you was in PC with him, unless you was really in PC with him or you was the one who was doing it with him, then you wouldn't know. You was just hearing rumors. But in a joint, though, you know what I'm talking about? I just left Shawnee. And so I was still sending money to people back there. Cash was up in Shawnee, too, at the time. They said they told Lil J stop going to church. You know, we call that Christian men going to joint because ain't nothing but the Geechees going to church. He was going there, passing out kites. Like, I ain't see him personally. And personally, Lil J could have any girl he want, bro. Like, Lil J could hit any girl he want back then. Like, he could, if it was a party, Lil J and Duck can get the whole everybody, nerds and everybody straight with girls. It was hard for me to believe that Lil J do something like that, but if you steady going to church and like that, bro, you doing it, bro. Like I done seen it. It's real gang members up in there who get out and out here acting like they real gangster, but they was in there with Alicia Keys now.
Damn. Okay, I seen somewhere that Little J got into it with a cameraman or one of Duck's cameramen or something like that.
Oh yeah, this back then. Didn't nobody know about the YouTube payment. So just imagine all them hits they got. All them hits that they got, like right now. Competition. What else he got? Hang With Me remix. Man, they got so many hits, man. Oh, so arrogant. They got a lot of hits, man. Just imagine, like, a cameraman back then not telling them that they getting paid. Like, they think they finessing. But Lil J and Duck them, they always thought they was finessing the cameraman. We ain't got to pay him nothing. He gonna shoot our video. Whole time doing them Range Rovers, Benzes, X4s, and all this. They putting up on them. And Lil J figured it out. Lil J came from New York. And when he came back, he went to the cameraman crib. Now, the cameraman and Duck had a relationship. Duck was buying equipment for the cameraman to help further his career. Man, Lil J went over there and took all that shit up. Lil J wanted his money. He told he want every dime. Lil J tore up his crib and all that. Damn, they did everything except set it on fire.
Now, was there unreleased music that he destroyed?
Yeah, he destroyed a lot of shit. He put poured water in the hard drives, all that. He went crazy in there. He went crazy, and they just let him.
Whose music and everything did he destroy?
Everybody who dude work with. Like everybody who he engineered, it was lost.
So like Duck has some lost music.
Oh yeah, Duck had some songs. Duck had a song that got told missing. It was with Beasky. He couldn't find it after that. It's called I Can't Go. Beasky got it though, but didn't nobody have it until Beasky came home from jail because Lil J poured water in the thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, growing up, you mentioned you were doing a lot of robbing and you were in the streets and everything. Did you ever go to jail for anything? Did you ever do any time?
Man, look, I done went to jail for smoking on the L platform for 9 months. I ain't never went to jail for a robbery, bro. I always did good with the money. I hit a person out in the street, a drug dealer or somebody who ain't no 9 to 5, and then I'll go and take care of the people who take care of me, like the household I'm in. Make sure they straight. Homeless people outside buying them food. Like I always had a good heart. I was just in the streets. Looking for a way out. That's all it was.
So you mentioned you did go to jail.
Yeah, I went to jail a whole bunch of times. Man. guns, domestics, everything that you'll go to jail for in the trenches, man. Trespassing.
And what was that like for you?
Oh man, it was smooth in the county for me, man. See, it ain't who you know, it's what you know. You know what I'm talking about when you go to jail. Well, when you used to go to jail. So it's what you know. So if you know all your paperwork and all that, hey, anything else is frivolous. You know, now you could just go to jail and I'm the king. I'm the king of this. I'm Tarzan. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, yeah, Tarzan. Nah, it wasn't like that. It was smooth for me though in jail.
Who were some people that you were locked up with?
Rico from Pocket Town, that was my cellie. Kenny Mack, who on FBG Duck Case, that was my cellie. He even rolled with me. The man ride with me because they try to roll me for being with Duck and Brick. They tried to jump on me in jail in Division 6. The man was my cellie. He came out the cell swinging and then fighting with me on everything, bro. And now he on Duck Case. That shit blew me. You know? That shit blew me like a motherfucker.
Sorry, who'd you say it was?
The Kenny Mack guy. I was in the cell with him, Kenny Mack.
Oh,
he on Duck Case.
Okay.
He was my cellie. He was my cellie in the county, and they tried to roll me on the deck, the BDs. I knew all my paperwork, but I had gotten into it with a BD named Stunner Ray, and he sent the kites down to strike me. He kept on sending the kites down. He couldn't get nobody to do it, so he got found. Finally, some people came on the deck who was flunkies, and he got them. And long story short, I was in the middle of the circle. I was in the circle, not in the middle, in the washroom. And they just kept on trying to drill me with shit. And I was coming back at it, turning it around on them. And next thing you know what I'm talking about, we get to swinging on each other. Me and the dude who talking like, man, I'm tired of you, fuck that. We get to fight. And Kenny Mack came out. Kenny Mack came out and got the whooping ass with me. And putting dumpsters on niggas and everything.
And this is one of the guys that's been arrested.
Yeah, for Duck, bro. I'm disappointed in him, man. I'm talking about that man rolled with me, bro. He rolled with me. I don't know how the hell he got an O block, but he rolled with me for Duck then. So I don't know what happened in between then and, you know what I'm talking about. And this 2014, when I was in the deck with him.
Anybody else we would know that you ran into in jail?
Shit, I was right across from Brick. I was right across the deck from Brick. I'd have been locked up with some of everybody. Like some of all the real Lil Les. Rio from Lamron, Freaky from Young Money. We was all on the same deck. Me, Freaky, Chicken from EBT, Rio from Lamron, JHE Travo, who with Ruger right now. All of us was on the same deck, man. And we went into none of that frivolous shit. We was all kicking it. And these all ops, Young Money, Lamron, O Block, all of us was on the same deck in the joint. And we ain't play that.
I seen you were cellmates with Slutty.
Yup, Slutty was my cellmate, man. He was my cellmate in prison. Yup.
Okay. And he, I think a lot of people probably know that he was killed the same night Vaughn died.
Yeah, he got killed with Vaughn, man. The thing about Slutty, we were cellies when Brick and Kobe got killed. We were cellies when T-Roy got killed. We were cellies. T-Roy got killed first. That's when he became my cellie. When T-Roy got killed, they put him in a cell. I asked the guard. I was working in the kitchen. I was the kitchen worker for the officer's kitchen. So I had asked one of these guards named Jones. I'm like, hey, Jones, man, I need to get him in a cell with me, bro. His brother just died. He gonna lose it in this joint. And they got him in a cell with me. Brought him to 2 House, got him in a cell with me. And T-Roy was dead. T-Roy was dead. When he got the news, I got the news that T-Roy died. Then Brick and Kobe got killed. We was in a cell together. And the man when Brick and Kobe got killed, he never, through all the allegations that was out there, the man it's gonna be all right. Because I was crying up in that when Brick got killed. I was crying like a motherfucker, man. I was hurt. And then HK got killed. We were still cellies. It was like, damn, bro, we just watched everybody get killed. But I was friends with Lil Mark, Slutty, whatever you want to call him, bro. I was friends with him before all this. I know T-Roy whole family. We all from 39th. So I know his whole family. Zell, Money, Mama, all of them. Like, they love me.
What was T-Roy like back then?
Man, T-Roy was cool. T-Roy always was curious, though. He always was curious to play with a gun, man. Like, he always was curious about that shit. But he was smooth, man. T-Roy had a good heart, give you his last, bro. I done seen him bring food out of his auntie house and feed the guys. Like make 1,000 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, feed the guys. You know, who out there who can't go home or ain't got no place. You know, so T-Roy had a good heart, man. It was just he got caught up in that life.
You mentioned Brick. Now, were you and Brick close?
Oh man, me and Brick was close, man. Me and Brick was close, man. We was close. I'm talking about Brick that been in Danville with me, Rockford with me. God damn it, everywhere that I had a hide out there, man, Brick been down there with me, man. He done came and we done drove back to the city, Indiana. Like that was my boy. That was my boy.
And do you have any stories with Brick?
Man, with Brick, I remember this a true story, man. Real story. You can't make this up, man. One of my homies, man, they had lost the guns over there. Something happened where somebody stole some guns, so we had to go in. We needed the gun because we just couldn't be out there naked. So one of my homies, he slide down on us, give us a 30. He give it to us. He give it to me. I give it to Brick. I tell Brick, I finna go to Danville. You can hold it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have it. You out here. Man, Brick called me like 30 minutes later, man. No bullshit. Brick called me, was like, man, Gyro just jumped my gate for me. I'm like, what? He like, man, Gyro City just took me all the way over there to O Block like we was going on a hit. And when we got over there, they upped on me and made me run out the gangway. I'm like, what? So I get back on the block. Whole time, Gyro had Brick was under the impression that they was going over there to Parkway. But whole time, he didn't know that he was finna get robbed for the gun that he had. They wasn't never going to hit nobody. They wanted that gun that Brick got. But instead of taking it from him on the block, they took it from him back O Block and made him run out the gangway. So he running out the gangway up King Drive somewhere with his head off and past all his ops. And they probably was like, damn, is that Brick? You know? Like, and then, so we get over there. We talking to Gyro. We trying to keep the peace, bro. We ain't trying to fight with nobody or none of that. So I tell a dude from Gyro, man, who I thought was the leader. I say, man, hey, we just need our pipe back, bro. He tell us to get it back in blood on everything. Get it back in blood. Catch him when y'all can't touch him over here. Man, Brick, no bullshit. He broke 2 people's jaws within 10 minutes. 2 people's jaws from Gyro within 10 minutes. I'm talking about walk up to him. Crack. On everything, bro. Like for real. He was a real Brick. Like for real. You know, and that was cool with me. I was satisfied after that. We got 2 broke jaws, 1 lost gun, and we gonna get another one. You know, but yeah, Brick a stand-up dude, bro. Like he put everybody before him, bro. Like I could just imagine him with Duck them, like he waiting outside the car to Duck them, get in the crib. Like that's the type of person he was, man. He just always last, bro. I'm just mad that he gone, bro. I'm just mad.
I thought Jaro and STO were cool. Like,
man, it's in the same neighborhood, bro. But like, man, it ain't the same, bro. Like everybody be like, oh, it's STL, EBT, all that. It ain't the same, man. It ain't the same. It's a different group of guys, man, who willing to, if you got something that they want, they'll take it. And that's how it is over there, man. Everybody play like they with each other, bro. Everybody ain't with each other. I'm glad I made it out of that motherfucker.
I seen you were real cool with MOB Scrap, too.
That was my little homie, man. Rest in peace to Lil Brian. That was my little homie. Lil Brian, when he started coming to that hood over there, like I was happy that he come to the hood because there's more people from the low end who know me. Like some of these little guys, they might not know me, but you know, Lil Brian know me, Duck them know me, Brick know me, Boss Trail, you know, all of them know me. So it was cool. But Lil Brian was like, he was one of a kind, man. He ain't want nobody claim his work or none of that shit. He was one of those. Like for real. Like he was one of those. I had to stop him from upping on Butta and Jakira. Like, you know what I'm talking about? He had a gun to them. You know, telling them stop claiming, you know, stop bragging about what she got killed for. Stop bragging about it. I did that shit. You hear me? Like for real, bro. I'm right there when he tell her that. And he on her side. So for all y'all with Jakira, man, she ain't no killer, bro, on everything. But Scrap Scrap was a good basketball player, bro. The good thing about him, Scrap could drop 30, 40 points. If he was here, he could have went to the NBA, man. On everything. He could have went to the NBA. I thought he was going to be in the NBA, and I knew Ruger was going to be famous too. I said Ruger because Ruger could sing. That's his talent, singing. He just happened to know how to rap, but singing, Ruger could do. Ruger like Drake right now. He the Chicago Drake right now. On everything, bro. But I knew that they was going to be something. And Scrap just got in the streets. Like, he getting tired of picked on. 600 outside his crib. You know, one of the dudes is supposed to be his friend, McAdoo. He his friend, but he ain't his friend. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, that shit toxic. When you cool with somebody, but you cool with them, but they don't respect you more than enough to say, chill, bro. This my friend, you know? So that's what it was with Scrap. Scrap was forced his back to the wall, and that's when he started applying pressure.
One name I hear about that I brought up when I was interviewing Butta is Bruh.
Hey, bruh just called my wife's phone. Bruh just called her phone, man. Bruh, he just like this. He grew up. You could tell like bruh grew up talking to him. He grew up. He growing up, and he really want to rap. The man was on the phone rapping to me the whole jail call. Straight rapping. Listen to this rap. Listen to this rap. He cold though. He beating on the cell. He beating on the wall right there, the booth, whatever he in, and he rapping. And yeah, bruh crazy though, man. That's one of the people that everybody talking about. He telling Capone. You hear me, Cam? Everybody say that bruh telling. But when they get in that jail, they send a commentary to his books. You hear me? Once you get in that jail with him, hey, I ain't seen too many could beat bruh fighting. I ain't seen too many. A lot of people talking about it, bro. But you got to have that same energy. Like he said, people talking about I'm telling and all that. When I get out, I'm chasing them down. I'm like, nah, bro, you ain't got to do that. I'm like, you ain't got to do that, bro. I'm going to have a YouTube channel that's big, bro. I'm going to help you out. You know, by me knowing bruh, mama, and all them, bro. So I told bruh I'm going to look out for him. I sent him some money and shit.
How much time does he have?
Bruh got to 2035.
Oh, he got a lot of time. Do you know what he got busted for?
Yeah, bruh up in there for a conspiracy to a murder and a robbery. Butta was his rappy, but Butta had copped out to the robbery and something else, and Butta got off. But Butta was his rappy on one of the cases. OTF Butta, that is.
If he found a way to get out, you know, he would definitely have the street cred to rap.
He got the street cred. Like, they can't, hey, look, the people who talking about he telling, they gonna be the ones who want him with them. Because everybody dying and he ain't scared. But like I told bruh, man, it ain't worth it. Everybody going to jail. You know, everybody dead out here that you knew. You know, all bruh friends dead. Like Fredo Santana and them, all them was really like bruh. Like all them was around bruh. Like bruh around them, they keeping him cool. So all them dead now, Dart. And then bruh was the only one who I knew from Old Block, J Money, and bruh that'll walk over there to St. Lawrence, Rose, Eberhard, and pull out the grill and barbecue. And they ain't scared. You hear me? They ain't scared, Cam. Them boys ain't scared. I seen bruh go over there and ask, walk from King Drive to Cottage and ask everybody for $2. Come on, man, I know you got $2, give it to me. And, you know, he bullying people. So ain't nobody gonna do nothing to bruh. But bruh, he crazy. He throwing shit in jail and all that. He doing it all.
I heard a story about him running from the police and running into Old Block or something.
You talking about when he broke his leg?
I think so.
He jumped out the window. He was the police had came. He broke his leg, man. That was funny as hell that day too. That was funny as hell, man. Bruh knocked out the security guard. Security guard trying to get him for trespassing and shit. He knock him out. They chasing him. He go upstairs, jump out the window, break his legs.
Like how high up in Old Block?
Third floor.
Like what story?
Third floor window.
Third floor window. He jumped out the third floor window.
He jumped with no problem. He jumped out that motherfucker like Superman. Stood on the ledge like the gargoyles and just let down on everything. That's how bruh is. Bruh, he like one of a kind, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, the man ain't scared of nothing. If he used that in a positive way, like, Go and box. Instead of doing this shit, box professional. Bruh, make it a long way boxing. He can make it a long way. He just gotta do something else, man. Like this mama gotta shoot him up out of here when he get out. Cause he's still thinking about Lil Durk now. That's all he was talking to me about on the phone besides rap. I'm getting their ass. I'm like, bro, hey, look, bro, you ain't gonna have to do all that, bro. If you just stay focused, bro, you can surpass Durk now, bro.
You mentioned you knew Vaughn.
Yeah.
Back in the day, man. You know, do you have any stories hanging out with Vaughn or anything?
Oh man, Vaughn, he was up my crib. He playing with my girl nephew all this time, playing with him and everything. So one day, they downstairs. T. Roy knock on my door. Boom, 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 boom. Tell my girl at the time, he tell her like, man, they trying to jump on your people. So I get up, go out there. You got Keef, Chief Keef. He's standing on the stairs on security, man. Chief Keef biting his nails and shit. That's when I knew it was something. So I go down the stairs. Man, Vaughn telling my homie, telling my girl nephew, like, hey, if you ain't from you a GD, you can't be over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? This nigga be with Killer Wood. What the fuck you talking about GDs, bro? Like, but Vaughn was about to beat him up. They was about to start fighting. So I'm like, nah, Vaughn, you can't touch him, bro. He on my time, bro. He over here with me then. Since you want to bring the BD shit into play, he over here with me. Vaughn respected it though. Vaughn was like, hey, I respect you that he on your time, but when I catch him, I'm gonna get him on my time. Man, I'm talking about he went to the store, came back, that man had a lump. You know how the cartoons used to be? Doop, woo! On my mom, he had a lump bigger than, I'm talking about a made knot. I'm like, damn, who did that? Vaughn did it. He crying and shit. I go out to Vaughn, man, why you do it, man? Man, you said catch him on my time. I caught him. I'm like, that man crazy. And then another funny story with Vaughn, him, Keef, and T. Roy. It's the Bud Billiken parade. I don't know. A lot of people might don't know what the Bud Billiken parade, but it's like a parade that go from the low end all the way to 55th. And it happens every year. It's like the 95th. This year was the 95th. So everybody go to the Bud Billiken parade in O Block. They go in the morning. You got to get out there like 4 in the morning to get seats. Man, them boys robbed every crib that was in Parkway. Every crib. I'm talking about everybody coming out by the hundreds. Somebody took my flat screen. My game gone. On everything, bro. These boys done hit the whole. We had to convince them to get that shit back. On everything. My big homie, Bean, rest in peace. Not Bean. My big homie, T-Dog. Rest in peace, Bean, though. T-Dog. He had to get them some money, bro. For them. He had to get them some money for them to get everybody their shit back. On everything. We put it under every hallway that they took it. We put it under all their shit under the hallway. Everybody who they hit, bro. They hit most of the cribs in O Block.
So they hit these cribs. How many cribs do you think they hit all in O Block? Like
all
10,
together?
15?
Man, they had to hit like 20, 30 cribs, bro. Out of all the buildings. That's a lot of cribs, though. If you take 30 cribs out the whole O Block, you might say, oh, man, that ain't nothing shit. That's a lot of shit. If you taking flat screens, all their games, that's a lot of stuff, bro. Like, it was a lot of people looking around for them. What Troy at? What Davon at? You know what I'm saying? Like that. And we like, damn, what Keef at? We see Keef. We run to Keef first. Man, what happened? Man, I don't know what they did, man. You know, Keef like, hey, Keef a little slick motherfucker. He was slick back then, man. Like Chief Keef, he was slick. He deserved to be rich. But Keef, he'll hit you with, man, I don't know where they at, man. I don't know if they took it, but I ain't take it, you know? So now we know they took it. You know, we know they took it in. They gave that shit back, though, but I got a lot of stories with them. T-Roy, Vaughn, Chief Keef, like, they was friends, best of friends.
Well, before we get out of here, can you share another story?
With who? Who you want to hear about?
With Vaughn and T-Roy.
Vaughn and T-Roy. Them little motherfuckers was just bad. They was kids, but they was just bad, bro. Like, they was doing bad shit. Vaughn, he all. Vaughn and Butta. On my mama, Butta. Vaughn and Butta and O Block. Butta whooped like 5 or 6 of them, bro. On everything. No bullshit. They was trying to fight Butta like every week. I know Butta had to tell you about this, bro. They try to fight Butta in O Block. Joey, Keita brother, he can fight good. Man, I'm talking about Butta got hands, though. Butta was putting it on him, man. Vaughn ain't want to try to fight Butta no more on everything after that. Vaughn ain't want to try to fight Butta. Joey, Butta was hitting all they girls over there. Butta was in old block too when I was over there, because Butta daddy from where I'm from. So Butta was allowed to come over there because we over there, Newtown over there. So Butta could come over there and ain't nobody gonna do shit to him. Butta was going from Gyro to old block to Gyro. Not flipping, but he was allowed to, because our whole project, this where his daddy, this where his mama from, you know? But yeah, him and Vaughn, them, him, Vaughn, he done got into it with all of them, bro. Butta done got into a fight with all of them. Keef, they all tried to jump on him, man, at one point in time, man. And
so Butta was going to Old Block to see chicks, and he was getting into it with everybody there.
Yeah, cause they knew he was from the other side, but they couldn't do nothing about it. Like Butta got aunties and cousins from over there. Like Butta cousin and white sister is best friends. Like they hang out right now. So Butta was over there hitting all the females, bro. And then he'll be up his auntie crib. And then when they try to come to him, Butta will be like, somebody will tell us, like, man, they trying to jump on Butta. And then we'll be like, man, that shit dead, bro. That shit dead. Y'all ain't jumping on Butta.
You mentioned Chief Keef. You know, so you knew Chief Keef before he blew up? How close were you and Chief
man,
Keef?
I was the only one I could say this, man. And I tell Tato this every time I talk to Tato to this day. I tell Tato, bro, like, Keef deserve everything. Then none of them in O Block, Parkway, none of that. They didn't want to get a man a $3 bag of weed. The man had $3 walking around. Let me get some weed. He never went to school either. He never went to school, bro. He always did school. And I let him in my crib like 2 times. The third time, my girl like, I'm not going to DCFL. I'm not losing my damn kids. He a minor. You hear me? But my rules was, since they saying they BD, that I finna teach them their paperwork. You know? If you ain't going to school, you finna sit in front of this laptop and learn your paperwork. And everybody who didn't go to school at that time, they was up my crib. Learn their paperwork off online.
So kids would ditch and go to your house and chill out for the day?
Yeah, my OGs did it. We couldn't ditch school. I went to school and college. We couldn't ditch school. If a hype would see us and tell those in the projects, a hype would be like, give me a rock. I tell what swipe at right now. You give me a rock. They ditching. You hear me? And then we getting violated. That's a violation for ditching school, man.
Who all was coming to your house?
Oh man, all the little shorties, man, over there. Fredo, Reese, man, I done had all in my crib, man. I done had everybody who was in the drill scene in my house. OD, Vaughn, J Money, Platoon, T-Roy, White, all of them have been up my house. And then on the other side, all of them have been over my house when I did have a girl with a house. You know what I'm talking about? All of them. Young, Dutchy, K.I., Can't Get Right, Model. If I see them outside, and when I stayed over there on Vernon, me and my girl, if I see them outside wandering around, I'm going to tell them, come to my house. Come to my house. They going to smoke weed anyway. So to say, oh, man, they was kids and they going to do the shit anyway. But I'm saving them from dying, though, because people walking through these alleys getting killed. You know? So that's the part I played, man. I really played. I wasn't really into it, like going through gangways with these little kids and none of that shit. You know what I'm talking about? With my homies now probably, but not with them. I was trying to teach them like to think more. Like K.I., I try to always instill in like, K.I., at the end of the day, you a female. You hear me? And when I seen on that ground, I seen a female in her. I ain't see no killer. I seen the female in her.
How much older are you than everybody?
I'm only 2-3 years older than Brick now. Boss Top them, like Boss Top used to be up my crib with us. Boss Top like 31, 32. Yeah, I got him about 4 years. Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned Little Reese. I interviewed Little Reese in the past, man, and I've also talked to a few people about Little Reese from back in the days, man. What was Little Reese like back then?
Little Reese is a basketball player. Little Reese play basketball his ass off, man. I'm talking about run, drop 30. Little Reese them used to walk from Lamron. This how you know Chicago didn't change. They will march 300 deep from Lamron all the way around, pick up O Block, all the way to 71st and King Drive to the basketball court with no guns going off. It changed though, but Lil Reese a basketball player. Lil Reese like basketball girls. That's what he was into it with. Then when they got to losing friends, that's when Lil Reese, he always been a leader though. Everybody always been following under Lil Reese, man. Everybody, all of them who with Dirk and them now, and Dirk, even Dirk, all of them, Lil Reese was like the top. Lil Reese was like the king to them. Like, Lil Reese, Lil Reese, Lil Reese. You ask for Lil Reese at, they'll be like, what you want to know for? Like, damn, is you a secretary or something, bro? Where you at? You know, like, Lil Reese was like, he always was the leader, bro, but he loved sports. Lil Reese could play basketball his ass off.
You mentioned at one point he changed. You know, what are some things that you noticed about him when he changed?
Oh, when he changed, when I seen the change in Lil Reese, man, I started seeing like that nigga got some luck, man. I don't know, man, but I can say this, and you probably could vouch for this shit. Everybody he got into it with on the internet, he on the internet with them, so we know he ain't do it. But they'll be like, oh man, you gonna die, nigga, you gonna die. Oh man, you got 30 more minutes, man. And the motherfucker be gone, man. I'm like, shit, I don't even play with Lil Reese. I be telling people, man, don't play with Lil Reese online. He got like black magic spell or some shit.
Do you have any stories with Lil Reese out there?
Oh, Lil Reese now, man, they was running from the law one day. We was all in Parkway, man. This when they first started carrying guns. So they coming from Lamron, coming over there. It was a rule then. It was a rule. Like, if you came in with a gun in O Block, you had to check that motherfucker into my crib. You had to drop it in my pillowcase. You gonna get it back though. Once you know what I'm talking about? Battle block. I'm talking about everybody drop their guns in their pillowcase. Battle block, and I tie it up. And y'all know what guns y'all got on y'all block. They had to turn them in. So one day they was running. Lil Reese and them running in the building. One of Lil Reese and them homies, man, my door was open, bro. They just threw the gun in the crib and closed the door. And the law came in our crib. Came in the crib on everything, bro. And they took my drunk homie to jail because he was the only one in there. He just ran in there. My homie was really asleep. They took him to jail, though. My homie was laid out, stretched out. He was drinking some shit called 5 o'clock, too. So you know he was knocked out. If the liquor got time on it, that motherfucker some dangerous shit. This man was asleep. One of Lil Reese and them homies. Dude, I go down there and talk to Lil Reese like, bro, your homie now through, y'all finna bond him out? Lil Reese like, man, we ain't got no money, man. We gonna try to add it up. I'm like, man, y'all on some bullshit, man. They ain't get my homie out of jail, nothing. My homie went to jail with their gun, man. They threw it in my house and right under my homie leg, bro. That motherfucker slid right into his feet. And when the detectives ran behind, who they thought ran behind, my homie's on the couch sleep. They woke his ass up. You going to jail for a gun. Like Lil Reese. Oh, and then another situation with Lil Reese. It was cold. We was out there for dark. We was out there for Weibo. Weibo, it was one of the guys from the Calumet building. He got killed in Iowa. Rest in peace to Weibo. So we was out there, and it was me, Lil Reese, Fredo, Poo Poo. Man, all the people, all the legends, man. All the legends who gone, man. We was out there, and a car come flying through the field on a high-speed chase. They got detectives behind them. They got the blue and whites behind them and everything. This man cut through the field. Now, mind you, it's 1,000 people out there. In where the Calumet building used to be at, that field, we was out there. Man, this man took on the high speed. So when the dude got to where the crowd was, the crowd split. He get the throwing. They get him and the people in the car get the throwing. All the guns out the window, all the weed out the window, the drugs. Man, I came up, bro. I found 4 ounces of loud, 1,000 X pills that was all in one bundle, 1,000 of them. Lil Reese got 2 guns and some more shit. A nigga found got $10,000 they threw out the window. Like, we all came up that day. That was the best day. Lil Reese will tell you that he came up that day. Everybody came up that day, bro, in that field. Nigga came through out of nowhere. The music blowing, people footworking and everything. And next thing you know, a car just through the field. Everybody split like the Red Sea. Dude and them got to throwing that shit out the window, man. That was a come up for me. Because I was broke as shit on everything. That was a come up. I was trying to get the gun from Lil Reese. Come on, man. Y'all got guns. Let me get the gun, man. He's like, hell no, I ain't getting up this. You know? But yeah, that was a memory with Lil Reese, man. Free Lil Reese, man. He in jail, man. I don't know what's going on, but I hope he get out there. Do something good, Cam, man. Do something good with himself, man.
Yeah, I hope so too, man. You know, the drill community is, you know, a little bit more quiet without Little Reese. He always kind of, you know, said stuff. He'd chime in with his opinion about a lot of things.
Hey, he chime in with his opinion and how the internet going crazy. He could say one thing on the internet. You right, man. This boy is boring without Lil Reese, man. It's definitely boring without him, man.
Well, at one point, Little Jojo releases
Jojo.
the BD.
I met Lil Jojo. In the crib, in G Daysky crib. I was actually at Have It All. They did Have It All on my block on the low end. With Jojo and Swag. They got a video called Have It All. They did on the bridge that crossed to the beach. And I was actually in it. I didn't want to get on the internet because I was robbing people back then. And they thought that they was hot, but I was just as hot as y'all. I'm like, y'all don't want to hang with me. They thinking they hot. Oh, man, you don't want to hang with us. Like, man, we got ops. Shit. Wait till you see these people in Bentleys putting up, shooting out their cars and shit. You know, like that. But, yeah, I was at Have It All. I met Jojo. I was in the crib with him. I told Jojo, no bullshit. He pulled up with Lil J, beating that, playing that song. What you think about this? BDK. I'm like, nah, bro, turn that shit off. I ain't play that shit, bro. I ain't play it. Lil J, I tell you. Everybody will be laughing, bro, when they play that BDK shit, because they know I'm finna say something. So I tell Jojo, like, man, look, I understand by me moving around, I understand what you saying for the song, but shorty, you don't want to put that out. It ain't gonna be no young niggas you offend. You finna offend the people with 8 numbers. And he dropped it anyway, bro. FBG Young was supposed to be on that song. FBG Young was supposed to be on that song, man. And they told him don't do it, and he ain't do it. So, yeah, but Young was supposed to be on that BDK song.
And what'd you think when you heard about him getting killed?
When Jojo got killed, it's like you knew it was gonna happen, man. Like, you don't be wanting nothing to happen, but you know certain shit, like, they after him. Like, he got some real, like, he ain't disrespect, like, no one block, like, Lamron or nothing like that. You did a whole nation at one time. You know, it's people who off dope who are killed for that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, real OGs who would die behind that 2414 Black Disciple stuff. They'll die behind that shit. So, yeah, that's what happened.
You mentioned Chief Keef, man. You know, at one point, Chief Keef starts to blow up. Were you still in O Block at the time,
Man,
or were
Chief,
you?
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this about Chief Keef. A lot of people didn't know. Chief Keef was going on both sides. Chief Keef was walking through Jojo, man. I'm talking about as the war was on. Chief Keef was still walking over there. Well, like I'm talking about 2010 when they was jumping on people, going at it. Chief Keef was still walking through there. His daddy from back that way. His daddy from Langley, Champlain, ABM. So Keef was over there. They tried to jump on Keef. Keef put the hands on K.I., Modell and Can't Get Right. He put the hands on him on everything. They try to approach him when he was coming back from his father, seeing his father. They try to ambush him through that on the block. So Keef seen it and walked around. Man, I'm talking about Can't Get Right ran up first. He packed him. Pow, pow. K.I. tried to run. He muffed up. On there, then just got the, you know what I'm talking about? They fell back though. But he put hands on them though. He put hands on them.
That might have been the time I think Butta was talking about. Because he talked about one time where he got into it with Chief Keef.
Yeah, they tried to pull it with him. They thought he was sweet, though. We on the porch like, Keef gonna beat one of their ass. He ain't sweet. That man hands rusty, like an alligator. You ain't never seen Keef hands on a bad day? Oh, man, Keef had some hands. Keef hands big, first of all, like a gorilla, and then they ashy. So when he smack you with them, you gonna get cut and everything. Like, you getting a smack and a cut at the same time. But yeah, man, shout out to Sosa, man. He deserved everything he got when he was on the come up, bro. I seen him at the red line. I was on the red line, and Keef was in the Benz, and they was stopped in the light, and he hollered out, "Tail, Swipe, what up?" You know what I'm talking about? It made me feel good, because he was Chief Keef. Made me feel good, man. Like, he respect me. I talk to him something, but I talk to Tato every day. And, you know, he relayed my message to Keef and laugh about him. Like, yeah, I told him Keef was laughing. Like I tell Keef about these stories, about the robbery stories, this shit I remember. I remember you was doing this shit, now you rich. You know, that's motivation.
Now, seeing everything from the beginning, the drill movement, you know, what was it like when Chief Keef started to blow up?
When Chief Keef started to blow up, it got more dangerous for the other side. It got more dangerous for the other side because it was like, man, I ain't gonna lie. Chief Keef got on, bro, and we'll be out there. Motherfuckers started putting up on motorcycles doing drive-bys. I'm talking about it got that serious when he got that money. When he got that money, it got serious. Like, not saying that Keef did it, but it was just all type of weird shit happening. And then you got these guys over here, they want to shoot at every car that's playing Chief Keef. Like they ain't heard of a radio station before. You know, I done seen so many times where old lady with kids or women with kids riding down the block. And these niggas hollering, get in there. Get in there mean get all in the car. You know what I'm saying? Get all in the car. And the whole time, bro, it's a lady and a kid, man. So Keef music had them feeling some type of way. They don't want to hear it. And then with the Tuka stuff, bro, it was like, it was just all messed up, man. Just all bad.
You said cars were getting shot up for playing Chief Keef?
Oh, yeah. Cars was getting shot up. This shit real. This shit real, man. You come blasting Chief Keef down there, bro. And the right person who ain't thinking got the gun. Oh, your shit getting shot up. Yeah. Yeah, for beating that. Yeah. I done seen it. I done seen it in the city of Chicago, bro. Like, you couldn't even play Chief Keef at the time. You couldn't play Duck Them music riding up 63rd without somebody fanning at your car. Like, it was real serious.
Damn. Yeah, I heard a story about somebody shooting at a car when they were playing the Exposing Me remix.
I said, they definitely ain't playing about that. That Exposing Me, your car gonna get towed up.
Yeah. Well, before we get out of here, man, why do you always wear the mask?
I always wear the mask, man, because I was a stick-up kid, bro. So I always, like, this was my street persona. And then when you wear a mask, it's like it's an image. You know, people want to know more about you. They try to figure you out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you try to figure a person out. Everybody who know me from the streets, it's a lot of people who know me. They know Swipe. Like, I stood on all 10 in the streets. You know, I'm a civilian now, but I stood on all 10. I knew all my paperwork. I did everything. I went to jail for the mob and ain't get nothing in return. I quit. I'm still looking for my unemployment from the Black Disciples. You hear me? Like, I'm really going to this place. Like, I've been a Black Disciple since I was 11 years old. You know, is it a way I can get my 401k? You know, like shit like that, man. But I'm out of it, man. My mind is my nine now. I got a program going on, man, non-for-profit. My mind is my nine. It's saying that use your mind, man. You don't need no gun. You can outthink a person with a gun, bro. Just using your mind. So that's what I go off of now. I'm a civilian and, you know, I just try to help the kids now. The kids, the women, the elderly, you know, and the people who wanna grow and be somebody.
What are you working on and what do you have coming up?
I got some real cool reenactments coming up. Reenactments of the like the drill scene. I got that coming up, so that's gonna be cool. I got some more interviews coming up, and we doing this. Like I said, we doing this. My mind is my nine. Me and my wife, we doing this. So we got like a whole bunch of Nike clothes, Nike shoes. We got everything that's every designer, and we going to schools and, you know, good grades and all that. Pick what you want out the rack. Pick what you want off the rack. So that's what we doing to motivate them, motivate the kids.
Well, that's what's up. I believe your YouTube channel got taken down. What's going on with that?
Oh, it's coming through, man. They can follow me at Trenches News 3837 though, for sure.
Okay, you gonna get your main page back?
Yup.
Okay. Well, hopefully it comes back, man.
Yeah, I hope it comes back, Cam, man. And I hope we get it with a part 2 on this, man.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what's going on, man. Definitely, man.
You too.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, man. Dope stories, dude. You know, a lot of history, a lot of Chicago drill culture history, you know what I'm saying, that you shared, man. And, I just appreciate it.
Yeah. Appreciate you too, Cam.
For sure. No problem, man.
Yeah.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.